wrong about eating vegetables. Back when I made this video back in December of 2017, I still fully believed in the magical nutrition found in vegetables and fruits and other plants. Since then, after 4 years of deep dive research into human nutrition, human physiology, and human medicine, I've discovered that I was wrong about the magic in plants. I'm Dr. Ken Berry, a family physician. Let's talk about what I've discovered in the last 4 years when it comes to eating lots of plants. So this video that I made back in December 2017, I talked about 7 low-carb vegetables that at that time I thought you could eat as much of as you wanted and still realize all of the potential health benefits of a proper human diet. I found out in the recent years of deep research that you may just not be able to eat that many plants. And there's several reasons for that. In this video, I'm going to go through those reasons of why you may be one of the few people who should either severely limit the intake of plants, whether they're vegetables, fruits, or others, or you may need to eliminate them completely from your diet. So let's dig into this. So the first reason is that it seems like many people, and I'm one of these people, I've been virtually plant-free in my diet for the last 3.5 years. That means no vegetables, no fruits, virtually no nuts, no seeds. I've been eating just fatty red meat and eggs, occasional chicken and pork, and seafood. That has been the entirety of my diet. And I have not developed any vitamin or nutrient deficiencies. I actually feel better now at 53 years of age than I felt in my early 30s. So I think the first problem for some of us, not everyone, the first problem for some of us is that vegetables just contain too many carbohydrates. And these come in the form of digestible, soluble carbohydrates like sugars and starches. But then for some of us, even the fiber in these vegetables and other plants cause problems down the line, further down the digestive line. And so for some of us, we need to eat such a low-carb diet that vegetables are just too high in carbohydrates. And so if you've stalled on your weight loss journey, or you're having some kind of weird inflammation that you just can't get a handle on, it may be time for you to try the challenge that I talk about later in this video. For many of us, the vitamins and minerals, which plants are full of, there's no doubt about that. So if you look up on the USDA Food Data Central database, you'll see that vegetables like cabbage and kale and spinach are full of vitamins and minerals. But the problem is that for many of us, they're not bioavailable. They're not bioabsorbable. Even though they're in there, we don't have access to them. So all the iron, for instance, that's found in spinach, most humans only absorb about 1% of the iron that's actually in the spinach. And what makes it so difficult to absorb many of the vitamins and minerals found in plants is that plants also contain something called anti-nutrients. This can range from phytates to lectins to oxalates to tannins to protease inhibitors to phytoestrogens. And all of these things make it very difficult for humans to absorb the vitamins and minerals out of many plants. Now, I still do not believe that plants are trying to kill us, but I do believe that plants, some more than others, are trying to strongly discourage us from eating them. They definitely don't want us to eat their seeds because that's their progeny, that's their children. They want those seeds to be planted and to grow. And if we're eating their seeds, like the florets of broccoli or all the nuts and seeds that many people can eat just fine, seemingly, on a keto diet, If many of us eat those, not only are we not going to be able to absorb the nutrition, the vitamins and minerals, but we're also going to realize that these foods cause inflammation in our body. And so that's another big thing is inflammation. Some people can eat veg and other plants just fine without any seeming inflammation. Others of us have to avoid them because they immediately start to cause inflammation in the gut, which can manifest as constipation, diarrhea, bloating, gas. Some people will start to have inflammation in their skin in the form of eczema or psoriasis or other rashes and skin conditions. Some people will start to notice inflammation in their joints, such as reactive arthritis, osteoarthritis, and other things that we thought were chronic problems. But when we cut out the plants, all of a sudden that seemingly chronic permanent disability gets much better or goes completely away. Some people even notice a decrease in their mental health status if they eat too many plants. And so the challenge, if you think any of these things apply to you, the challenge I'm going to put forth to you is the beef, butter, bacon, and eggs challenge. It's a 90-day challenge where for 90 days you can eat as much fatty ruminant meat. And so for domesticated animals, that would be beef, sheep, goat, camel, reindeer, wherever you live in the world, water buffalo. You can eat as much of that as you want every day, as many times a day as you want it. If you're hungry, eat. If you're not hungry, don't eat. You can also include eggs and butter and bacon in this so that you bump up your fat to protein ratio and you're able to get plenty of delicious, appetite suppressing food. So yeah, I was wrong about plants, and only through years of continued research in human physiology and human nutrition was I able to tease out that, you know what? Actually, there's no magic in plants whatsoever. There is some nutrition, which is often not bioavailable and bioabsorbable to human beings. There are also many anti-nutrients, which will cause inflammation and prevent you from absorbing the nutrition in the plants. And for many of us, there's just too many carbohydrates in the plants in the quantity that we'd like to eat. I think the sign of a good scholar and a good doctor is being able to admit when you're wrong. And I was absolutely wrong about plants.